What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And quick reminders to download and play Sonic Forces and Shadow of the Colossus, both offer for free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to download those, play those, come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. Let us know what we thought of those games. We'll let you know what we thought of them. And our game of the month, picked by me, is Wolcen, which is a top-down ARPG like Diablo. It's got leveling, it's got skills, it's got loot. Make sure to play that. Come back at the end of the month and tell us all about the bugs you experienced. Yeah, also make sure to type in hashtag AskTLG if you'd like your comment to be used in our replying to your comment segment on TastyCast. Yeah, we got Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And yeah, so Tasty Tuesday. News is a bit thin right now. I'm sure you guys all know why. So we're going to go back and watch a video we probably should have watched a while ago. We got asked to watch it. We never did. Shit's been busy. So, yeah, because of lack of news, we're just going to kind of go back and watch the Baldur's Gate 3 official opening cinematic. And then we're going to watch a shorter version of the gameplay that was shown off. Now, people who have seen this already know that it's like an hour and a half long, the original footage. I actually watched it already, but you have not seen either of these. So this is going to be brand new for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still have plenty to say on it, but I think this one that we're going to be watching is about, what, 15 minutes? 13 minutes, so significantly shorter. It's a highlight reel of all the stuff that's shown off. If you guys are not satisfied with this enough and you need more, let us know. We could always do a full reaction like 20 days after this came out, but like I said, there's like no fucking news right now. Everything's just like, this is canceled, this ain't a thing, you can't do that anymore. Steam has 20 million concurrent users right now, and I'm like, that's fucking wild. Xbox Live is having spikes in users. People are staying home. Good, cool, fucking keep doing that, guys. So yeah, we're gonna just watch this Baldur's Gate 3 official opening cinematic. Before we do that, do you have any thoughts on Baldur's Gate? Larian Studios working on it, or your past with Baldur's Gate?
That was pretty much what I was gonna go into, and I've brought it up before. I think it was on TastyCast, where one of the main reasons we ever got into PC gaming was because I was introduced to Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 at a friend's house via PC, and I kind of fell in love with being able to play a game like that. And so I have literally it and a friend to thank for introducing me to PC gaming. So I'm excited at the prospect of a third one, and I'm even more comforted, I suppose, by the fact that this, if I'm not mistaken, is the Divinity team, right?
I mean, that's what I heard when it was originally being like talked about. So unless it's not, someone let us know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Which, yeah, it's the right team, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it pretty much looks like Divinity, but with different graphics and, property rights.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, my only issue is the people who own Dungeons and Dragons do not have a good track record. So I don't know. Hopefully
they're having their redemption arc now.
Hopefully they're just handing a check over to someone and letting them make a video game. But
or maybe they'll get some good leadership in there finally. Like all the weird rumors that Konami might be letting Sony use Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid, or selling it to them.
I even heard a rumor about selling.
Well, that was the main rumor. Now it's starting to evolve into that they might license it out to them, because it really doesn't make any fucking sense to sell that off. But if they did, that would definitely be their like strong departure of video games in general.
Yeah, keep PS, fucking sell off your other shit. You can
sure, but it would mean a lot if they did sell it. I don't know why they would. I don't think they will. I don't think it's gonna be a thing. But if they do, that's them going, we're actually done with video games. Yeah, I like Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2. I haven't played them in a fucking grip. I've seen this, like I said. I'm impressed with it. I think it looks really good. I will probably be picking it up. So that's about as far as it goes for me. I'm already kind of sold on it. So yeah, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. Baldur's Gate 3 official opening cinematic. It's been so long that since I've played these, I don't even know the story anymore. So
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and watch a recap, I think.
yeah, or I'd have to play them again. Don't they have remasters?
They do. I just don't know how well they play to today's standards. So
Okay, but the CGI is really fucking good.
mm-hmm. Graphic. All right.
Yeah, gross. I've seen this and that grossed me out.
Ah. That makes sense. I should have known it was an elephant. Elephant, whatever. They're already kind of gross anyways.
That's a crazy fucking ship.
Yeah.
What now? It's gonna be too late now. We're fucking halfway through the video. Fuck him up. I remember Baldur's Gate being so fucking epic.
I will say that was a really good like cinematic. I love the imagination behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's. I wasn't expecting something like this when I first watched it. So yeah, thoughts.
It really bothers me when I see like these great like cinematics in games, and then no one makes shows out of this kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah, you can make something really fucking cool out of this.
It looks cool. I love like I said, the creativity and imagination there is really awesome. I love seeing things that I'm familiar with, though I'm not familiar with current D&D, so there's stuff there I am a little lost on, but yeah, I don't know. It looks so just true, which is great. It's all what I would hope for. The graphics, like you kind of brought up before, but for CG trailer, they're very good. I'm looking forward to seeing the gameplay stuff at this point.
For sure. Yeah, I love the imagination in this cinematic. The CGI is really fucking good. Like up there with like Blizzard and shit. I mean, it's really fucking good looking. And yeah, I'm not caught up on the lore, so like I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but it's intriguing looking. I think it looks cool. So makes me want to play this. I hope there's more cinematics like this in the game, like an old school game like this would have cinematics.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be really neat to see. Kind of take me back. I mean, this is an old ass IP that they're fucking bringing back, so I don't know what their mindset is when it comes to this. But
also love the art behind the emblem for the game, the symbol with the, I'm gonna butcher the name again, but Illithid head with the 3 in it.
Is that what they're called?
Illithid or Illithid.
I thought people call it something
flare.
else. Yeah, that's what I'm used to hearing. But yeah, those guys are fucking gross. At first I was like, what are you, just Davy Jones with the fucking...
You should read them. They're disgusting.
I don't want to. Yeah. They look disgusting. They look fucking gross. They got gross fucking fingernails, and they have little fucking pools full of tadpoles that they put in your eye.
Yeah, they'll actually put their tentacles in your eyes and probe your brain and shit.
Did you watch the original teaser? It was pretty fucking graphic. It's gross.
I mean, I'm kind of glad though, because like one of the things I enjoy, I do read some of the books, is the monsters they're monsters. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, D&D monsters are like monstrous.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
And I appreciate that. And their mentality is like essentially like no other species matters other than them, so they just look down on everything else.
Yeah,
so they don't care about anyone.
You can kind of get that gist too.
So yeah, that's cool. I like being able to see that, like visualize, because I can read about it all day and it's fun, but like the amount of times I get to see it portrayed in animated in any form or even just in a game is pretty uncommon. So
yeah, and if this does well, I wouldn't be surprised to see more licensed stuff coming out at this quality, this caliber. I know there's that Dritz game coming out. The graphics were kind of like minimal.
Yeah, and they did a really weird decision with the trailer with that camera stuff they were doing.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was interesting, but I was like,
I love those characters.
I would have figured you'd give it a little more gravity than that trailer and the graphics. Yeah, but this is also them, and this looks fucking top tier quality.
I'm saying they don't give a shit, man. They just kind of go, "You make a game, you make a game." Oh, these guys care. Wizards might not. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they have made enough games in recent time to really be able to gauge that at this point. But
well, I hope I'm wrong. Is all.
Yeah. Well, I think you are wrong with this game for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, really good cinematic, really fucking cool. Anything else you want to say on it before we move into the gameplay? Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this opening cinematic. Is there something we didn't talk about or something lore-wise that you'd want to fill us in on in the comments? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Second thing we're going to watch is Baldur's Gate 3 Gameplay Supercut. This is a 13-minute version of the hour-and-a-half gameplay that was shown before because we don't have that time. But like I said, if you guys want us to sit through and watch that, you don't feel like it's too late to do that, let us know in the comments. We get enough people saying that. We'll check it out. So, anything you want to say on this before we watch it?
just from that still alone, the graphics look great.
That was one thing I was saying when I watched this. I was like, this game does not look like a current gen game.
Yeah.
Because this is like a top-down game where you're zoomed out and the graphics are still high.
Yeah.
Typically with games like that, you'll lower the graphics because of all the shit going on, stuff like
Well,
that.
it's easier to hide shit.
You can get away with stuff like that. But if they're that detailed and you're zooming out and everything's that detailed from far away, it's a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
So we're in character creation. I can select my background. So these are all the Dungeons and Dragons backgrounds that you know if you play Dungeons and Dragons. I can change my body type. I can change my race, so I can play as a tiefling, I can play as a drow, I can play as a human, I can play as a githyanki, I can play as a dwarf, I can play as an elf, I can play as a half-elf, I can play as a half-drow, I can play as a halfling. And there's more, but we're only showing a few. These are the races that will be going into early access, and there more will be added afterwards. And so depending on which race I pick, I get different features. I can also select which class I'm going to play. We have 6 classes that will be available on early access from the get-go, and then we'll just add more as we progress. So I can play as a wizard, cleric, fighter, ranger, rogue, and warlock, and then I can pick the ability points that go with that, and select my skills in which I'm going to be proficient. Today we're going to play an origin story, so we have different origin stories. There's going to be 5 that are going to be in early access, there will be more after. So this is Lizelle, she's the girl you saw in the intro, so she's a Githyanki. Gale is a wizard, he has a very big problem, and that's pretty much that he's going to explode. Shadowheart, she's a dark cleric, so she's got quite a story too. Will is a monster hunter who made a pact with the devil, he regrets it. And today we're going to play as Astarion, who is a vampire spawn. He's a noble. So vampire spawn is not really a vampire. He has a vampire to which he is a slave.
I can't think of a D&D game that made their characters actually look good like that.
Yeah, the character models are really good looking.
Things with it. And all the rest is already preset for him, so we just have to click the Venture Forth button and we can continue our adventure.
Bethesda needs to take note from everybody about just everything.
What? Oh, it's you. I saw you on the ship. You survived, then?
Suddenly I saw what she saw, felt what she felt. Anger, confusion, resolve.
Ah! You. You've got the same thing I do. In your head. I felt it.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of dialogue options. So what just happened to us is because of the tadpole. I was already introduced to that in the tutorial. We call it mind melding. So we both have a tadpole in our head, and we can telepathically connect to each other. But I'm also very hungry. So I'm playing this from the point of view of Astarion, vampire spawn. So you will see that all of my choices will be tailored to being Astarion, essentially. So I'm going to stare at her and realize that I'm very hungry.
What's the matter with you? Has that tadpole scrambled your brain already?
So I can basically say, okay, well, I'll just feed, or I can swallow my urge and feign ignorance, which is what I'm going to do because I need a companion.
Come on. The chase through hell? The creatures? What they did to us? The tadpole? That thing is going to consume us from the inside and turn us into mind flayers. You and I need a healer. Finding one won't be easy in this wilderness. We'll need supplies. I'm hoping something of use might be behind these doors. But I've barely made a dent in them so far.
This might be the shock.
It's impressive
You
a
went through a
game
traumatizing
that you're
experience.
typically going to be
If an
top
instructor
down, has all this mocapping,
Asked
and
by trauma, he
well,
referred to
voice
the thing
acting
that
is
put in
good
my
too,
eye.
but like the
Yes.
mocapping
The ocular penetration
adds so
via
much to
lifted
it.
tadpole, which will end with our
Yeah, and I
soul
love the
stuffed with strands of weave caught in
expansive
dead magic.
dialogue.
Yeah, it's literally like
Not
you're
to mention,
replying, you're picking every single
staring at
reply.
me like a Rashimi at a blackboard. You're no wizard, are you?
I can obviously just decide to feed, but I will tell him that I don't take kindly to insults.
Thin-skinned and a dodger of questions. Usually means the answer's no. Guess that'll have to wait. Primary need now is a healer. I take it you recall the insertion of the parasite?
Not only did I recall it, I said I was already enjoying its effects, referring to the fact that I can walk in the sunlight.
Interesting. Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it'll turn us into mind flayers? A process known as ceremorphosis? It is to be avoided. I assume you're no accomplished healer either. Powerful cleric, maybe?
Okay, was this a conversation or an interrogation?
Just trying to figure out where we stand. Conclusion, nowhere. You and I are in a whole lot of trouble. We need help, and I'm not sure where we'll find it in this wilderness. How about we embark on the quest for a healer together?
Yes, I need a wizard. A wizard is going to be very
Most
good.
excellent. Then, without further ado, let's be off. Besides, looks like you keep some interesting company. A woman with shadows for eyes, deep as the dark lake. Pleasure, madam.
Is it indeed? We'll see.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, actually. All right.
Yeah, it's wild. It goes from like very like Bioshock looking to
Yeah.
this.
I would say it Bioshock?
Not Bioshock.
BioWare.
BioWare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say
Very
it,
high
it,
stakes, as
it
you can
reminds me a
see.
lot of a BioWare game, except for the combat.
So they have a reaction, so that basically means if she walks
like
away
Bethesda,
from here,
BioWare's
they're
not really
gonna hit
making
her, which is not good.
The best of games right now, so
Yeah.
it's just something that you can really pull
And he-
people
and he
in who are
can't-
looking for something like that.
So I have a jump. I
Deep,
didn't wanna use it
rich
yet,
fucking
but first
dialogue
I'm going
choices
to-
and
oh, man.
One just a
Outcomes.
huge RPG that you can just
As a bonus
sink
Yeah.
your teeth into. So
So that means that I can't
Which
not
Divinity
go
and
back, but it
Divinity
acts
2
as a
are.
disengage also, and it's enhanced by my tadpole that I have inside of me. I do have one action that I can still do, so I'm just going to try it out. This is my mage hand. My mage hand is bad at many things, but it's very good at throwing stuff. So I'm going to just slap it. There you go.
hi.
That's, I wanted to show this to you today, but you have no idea how nervous I was about doing it because I was going to get in this situation. So I obviously should have approached them in a completely different manner. We'll see in the next combat how you can actually be much more strategic on it. Okay. Much better. I feel much more relaxed about this fight. I'm going to pin him down so he can't get too close.
Yeah, he was actually playing without God mode on
So this
too,
is how it's supposed
because
to be.
like at one point he dies and to restart.
I did actually have a very strong attack, but I never got to use it, which is guiding.
At least it kind of gives you a feeling what
and
combat's like.
Yeah.
Where's the other guy?
The people working on it fucking can still get killed because it's all percentages and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, very successful also. But just put her in front of it, put on my shield. And alright. He can't move
I
anymore.
also love those
That's good.
turn-based.
The other guy.
Don't get a lot of that these days.
The combat reminds me a lot of Divinity.
She's going to use her guiding bolt, which in generally tends to kill them in one shot.
Definitely
There you
flashier,
go, 15 of damage.
but
And then
the whole just
we're
kind
gonna
of
shoot
free range, click somewhere. There's no square grid or anything like that.
that you can do. So you can, for instance, make a stair. Why would you make a stair?
You can make a stair.
Because you want to walk on it, of course. Oh shit!
Smooth.
That's fucked up. You can just stab somebody like that easily.
You get attacked wherever you want in Baldur's Gate, so that's
Yeah, there should be just a little more
It's pretty badass normally. So
of a decision to be made.
yeah.
So this is an example of a passive check. So my nature skill was used to discover something, and so if it would have failed, I wouldn't have found it, of course. So I found a little cache.
Oh, cool.
Cache belongs to the Harpers, so it gives me a little secret. But it's especially this thing that I need. This is a potion of speed. It will double my movement points.
I like that kind of stuff. Where
And
it's
it's
just
going to also allow
if you have
me
the right skill for it, you can
Yeah,
get different
me too.
experience.
Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
You're a mouthy little fuck.
You can't be a little guy like that and talk like that.
I can
It's like all those fuckers in Final Fantasy 14.
Tell her that then the ship was full of monsters.
Lalafels.
Yeah,
Many
they just
comrades
come
were coming.
fucking waddling in with their mustaches.
Intimidate them.
Like
Tell
they're
them
people.
There's plenty of monsters. That's gonna be
This is
cool.
my opinion. I'm like, hey, kid, get out of here. Where's your parents at?
And that is going to be a failed roll, which is fine. I mean, it's
You're all hot
okay.
air. Think you can get us to leave that bounty to you? Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Luckily for me, I planned for this. And so if you do a shove,
I love
out of
the
sneak
environments.
position, that is 100%
Yeah, they're really
chance.
detailed.
Yeah.
So
Bye.
And in the original video, they showed that you could play this in like third person.
and
So that kind of reminds me
barrel
of
here for me.
Dragon Age, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I can't remember the name.
Which is smart because they can get this game to more demographics. Because some people were like, I don't like playing those old school games.
Also opens it up to console by having third-person options too.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then you have grease
But-
appearing everywhere.
There's like a demographic of people who played this back in the day, the older Baldur's Gates, who are going to want to play it like that. But there's new generations of people who are like, they didn't grow up playing that kind of game. So they're going to want like a third person
And
fucking
then the turn-based mode.
RPG.
The turn-based mode is also
Yeah.
something that you can use to navigate traps. So you got 6 seconds
still be,
to think,
you know,
and then
turn-based and
traps
stuff,
get their
but
turn and you get your
some
turn.
people want to be
So you get
in the shit.
So the way that I figured out getting out of here,
And the game's good looking too, so I mean, it's
mage hand
Worth
can
it.
throw stuff. And so what I can do, you saw that I can make my own stairs, so I can make a stair out of here.
I like that you can move shit around like that.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Jump
Yeah.
down. Maybe there's not enough space.
I was thinking it's funny that the hand is just like
Floating.
like a hand. Like
There is enough space.
wasn't expecting it to do things for you other than attack enemies.
I wonder if that's a bug that I have. No, there you go. So that should work. There we go. This builder blocks me. So I'm gonna send me. No!
He needs to be more careful.
You have to follow mage hands. Okay.
And the lighting's good.
Yeah.
Alright, go over there. Yeah. Okay. And then make that jump. No, just have to get there now. Well, one more turn out. I'll not jinx it. Okay. Can I dash again?
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, fucking A. I've thought about doing stuff like that before, but then it's just like way too much.
Yeah.
You can always do it in the black bar or something like that.
Okay, we made it outside of the very evil trap.
It's over.
It's charging. I forgot my timer, so. All right. Well, let me. I wanted to show you one last thing, so a little bit of audience participation. So let me try to do that as fast as I can.
That is a crazy bug.
Fucking A. All right, that was Baldur's Gate gameplay. Super cut.
I mean, it looked good. I mean, they keep emphasizing, obviously, it's going to go into early access, it's going to go into early access. And obviously, seeing a bug like that.
It was a pretty big bug.
Yeah. And some of the mocapping and stuff like that was like a little janky at times, but for the most part, it was pretty smooth, which is really nice to see this early on.
No, it looks really good, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I love the imagination that's going into this. The creativity, the design is really cool. One of my favorite things about playing the old Baldur's Gates was like having this visual representation of a pen and paper game. And now it looks like I'm gonna get 2 of those this year, which is awesome. Cyberpunk.
Oh,
the other
yeah,
one,
for sure.
So I'm pretty excited for this. I don't really throw that word around very much.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you're going to be into it or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I kind of have a soft spot for the series anyways.
Yeah.
As most of us, like, older gamers probably do. And you know, obviously, I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but that was a big game when it came out on PC. So,
well, that's why when they revealed this, when they first revealed it, people were like, "What?"
yeah, that's
Because
it's
like,
crazy.
you assumed that series was dead.
Yeah. Well, even I haven't watched anything up to this point too, because I was just kind of like, okay, who's trying to cash in on this? You know?
Well, yeah, you kind of, well, that's why I'm surprised about your response now, is because you had kind of a lackluster interest in it. Like, okay, yeah, we can watch that.
Yeah.
So
I just don't have a lot of faith in Wizards, but obviously they're not the ones making the game. So
yeah,
as far as its connection to Baldur's Gate as a story, like you said, you know, I don't really have a good memory of the events of the old games at this point. I don't even know if it is directly connected in any way. So
I would assume so, just because it's
the
three.
third. Yeah, I hope so.
Kind of be weird if it wasn't.
So, but I'm curious. I need to go back and watch a recap or whatnot. But besides that, I mean, yeah, it looks cool. I'll probably actually go ahead and jump into early access. I don't mind playing a game when it's buggy.
Yeah.
And I, you know, going into that knowing that there's a possibility I can get burned by it, but I kind of feel pretty, I don't know, I feel kind of good about this one, I guess. So
Yeah, so do I. And when it comes to playing a buggy game, not being too worried about that, we're playing Wolcen this month, so
yeah,
and we'll be talking about that as well. I mean, I pretty much agree with you. This game looks authentic. It looks really good. This makes me rethink D&D as a brand for gaming now, which is something I completely just kind of forgot about. Before that, it was like card games and all sorts of dumb shit. And then like now it's this, and I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna put the money in to make a game like that? That's fucking cool. So it gets me excited again for this kind of stuff. But with a name like that, you can't. If they would have brought something that was like really fucking lame out called Baldur's Gate 3, people would have been pissed. Not that there'd be much to lose. Like I said, no one's talking about games like this from Wizards of the Coast anymore. So maybe they can, you know, kind of get a different reception from people. But as for the game, graphics are fucking really good. The combat looks traditional but modern, which I really like. I like that there's a lot of ways to use different tactics. You know, Divinity had a lot of stuff like that as well, which makes complete sense. I like that the world, you can move things around, which is pretty cool. That kind of gives you different ways to experience your story versus somebody else's. I like that you can make your own character, but like you can also play other people's stories, like
those
this.
origin stories.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. That gives you like a more of a individual story that you can. They said there's 5 of them, so they all have their own stories, which is pretty fucking cool.
It's a neat like lore building.
Although they're all interacting, so I'm wondering if they all kind of have intersecting storylines, which would make sense on a development standpoint.
For sure.
You know, the bug that we saw there, I don't care. They'll fix that. But yeah, everything about it looks really good. I'm impressed with the voice acting. I'm impressed with the mocapping. This is a quality AAA game. Like it's very AAA looking. And not even just in its graphics, but in everything else, the animations, everything. I'm really excited to be able to play a game like this as well, just because there's been a couple games specifically on Steam that have kind of rekindled interest in this genre, but this is a big AAA one, so you know, might really kind of light that fire again, but also having that third person gameplay that we did not see in this supercut. Might be an interesting way to play. Not even just a way to pull new people in, but a whole new different way, like a more immersive way to play the game. So, yeah. Yeah, all in all, I'm excited for it. I'm sold on it. Like, I'm definitely gonna pick this up when it comes out. So,
I think their timing's great too, because right now we're not getting Dragon Age games. We're not getting Mass Effect games. We're not getting.
Oh yeah, perfect time to do this.
All sorts of games that this game is definitely pulling influence from. Besides just pulling influence from its own, name, but also the fact that Cyberpunk's showing huge excitement in pen and paper right now, anyways. So that's just another good reason to be bringing out something right now. Show that maybe pen and paper is a great way or a great video game medium right now. So,
yeah, that immersive, like something that Bethesda kind of owned for a while, a long time ago. That immersive RPG has been lacking lately, and we're getting a bunch of them soon.
Yeah, I remember I played through Dragon Age Origins probably like 2-3 times just because I was like, I didn't have anything else to play. Like
it was really good.
Yeah,
I played the fuck out of it. But yeah, overall, really fucking stoked for it. I'm definitely gonna be picking this up
for sure.
Anything else you want to say on it?
Nope. Other than I'll be keeping my eye on it now.
Which is cool. I'm glad you went into it one way and came out another. Let's know in the comments what do you guys think about Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay, Supercut, the gameplay in general. Are you guys excited for this? You're not excited for it? Is this not what you wanted? Is this more than you wanted? Is it better than you could have ever imagined? Is it less than you could have imagined? What's your favorite thing you saw? Do you like the combat? Do you like the third person? Do you like the over the top ARPG style turn-based combat? Well, it's all turn-based, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, let us know everything you think about when it comes to Baldur's Gate 3 in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out our streams, links down below. Discord, we got Discord. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. And we're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
Until the next episode, which will be, I think we're going to be doing a response to you guys' comments sooner than Tasty Cast. So stay tuned for that. But until then, have a good week, guys. Stay safe and take it easy.